thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. But tonight we start Week 14 of the NFL season with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Denver Broncos.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. Able to slither by. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Broncos. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in, already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Gun.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Trey Greenlaw in there on the tackle. If you look at this Bronco defense, they sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're shot from the bottom. But let's face it, they got to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
That's good.
11 MT.
First down. It's a gain of 23 yards.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 43 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. Right back to Brown. Pat Surtain up to make the play.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Will go down as a gain of 6. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go. Stop.
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
11 MT. Hey. 11. Gun. Stop.
An inside give, Brown. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Stop.
Now it's Burrow. This will be caught just inside the 10. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
Here we go.
Brown will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. To throw, here's Nix. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. The Broncos at 1-11 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Here's a diving catch right side. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You talk about this Bengals defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
One, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 58 yards rushing for him now to this point. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here we go. Stop.
The quick throw by Burrow is complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Instead of a 3rd-and-1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. This is Brown going up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And a few little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that. Now Burrow changing the look. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
Gun.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Well, they run the option here on 1st and 10. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Here we go.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this one too low.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Brown. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. To throw from his end zone. Nix. And this is incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, trying to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. To throw from his end zone. Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Caldwell. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Caldwell. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Caldwell. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now it's Nix. And it's a short one here. Complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing Nix. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. McPherson's kick is good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 87 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through.
Here we go.
But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And that, nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get two more stops, and escape this drive.
Again, it's Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Credit the secondary, credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. That'll be complete to Harvey. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On first down, it's Caldwell. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Now Bell. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play, and what to do now on fourth and goal. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow on play action. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
As we all remember, these two were connecting back in their days at LSU when they were winning the national championship. But it wasn't just on game day. The amount of time they put in before practice, after practice, off days, that forged their connection. And it still continues here in the NFL.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From the 25, here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
A gain of 3.
Gun.
1st down, Cincinnati.
Burrow going to keep it running right. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Here we go. Big 13.
Now it's Burrow. He's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4.
Here we go. Right 80.
They'll give this out the middle to Brown. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Brown once more. And this time he'll work his way in. Touchdown Bengals. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied 4th quarter as the kick's away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Broncos answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Looks good on the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Bengals 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. Called it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Here we go. Hey, can. Stop.
Now Burrow. Now he'll tuck this and run. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And got his man complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 53 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
180.
And the Bengals first down.
Stop.
Burrow will throw. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Here we go.
Now a give, left side, Brown with it. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
For the field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Distance was never an issue, not in this mile-high air, but it doesn't matter what elevation you're at if you don't put it on target. And this one kind of takes off on him.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. They run the counter. Caldwell trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Nix. And he is caught. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
When I got rich and bro, coming slow, 6 racks on a sweater. Think I'm cheating, I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust these.
Oh, I said.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. To throw is Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Broncos might be moving closer to an elusive second win of the year as they extend that fourth quarter lead. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14.
Broncos 31. Bengals 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Now he's going to step up and run. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here comes 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. 12.
Here's Burrow. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jahdae Barron. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Nix to the air. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
1st and 10.
And I think there defensively, they were so intent on stopping the run that they kind of got caught out of position. This is just a simple pitch and catch for a 1st down.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. R.J. Harvey, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Broncos 45, Bengals 17.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to get this out to the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Here we go. God. 180, 12, 12, 12. God.
Now it's Burrow. Man open, and St. Brown has got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And Burrow going to change the play.
First and 10.
Again, he'll drop the throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
It's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective... And sneak attack! They're going to run for it! Boy, that's asking a lot of your punt team there, and they were not able to deliver.
It's asking an awful lot of the punt team there because if it's 4th and 4, 4th and 3, you've got a chance, right? That's a manageable distance to try and pick up when you're running a fake, but when that number's actually been in the weight room and it's pumped up like it was, that's difficult to do, all right? So you might even think to yourself,